So I started planing up some boards that you saw me jet wash. This is some elm boards that were found in the mud at my local sawmill, where you've seen me get some of my trees planked, and I buy all of my stock that isn't found in gardens or passed on to me. So it looks really nice. There are some obviously marks from where it's been laying and rotting, but as you know, I love to use resin, so this is all going to be filled with resin. I'm going to need to work on some of these edges a bit more to sort of stabilize them ready for resin. But I thought you might be interested to see me machine this up, because I turn it from what looks like a rotten piece of useless timber into something that's going to be a beautiful table one day. So you can follow me through as I machine this down. So I'm storing the wood over here in a stable. This is another big slab of elm there. It's almost flat now. It's been there for, I'm not sure how long, maybe 6 weeks. I need to check on the video, but it's looking pretty flat. So this is my temporary drying room you've seen before. All of these boards have been in one of my mini kilns. In here, this is the elm slabs. There's 4 and one more there, 5. So I'm going to carry those round and then machine them up. Okay, so this is them in their pre-planed state. I have already jet washed them. As you saw in an earlier video, I'll put a link in the description. Some of them more rotten than others, but as often this kind of stuff looks amazing when it's got resin in. If I can stabilize it first. This is one of the wider boards, slightly wider than my planer, so I'm probably going to end up just cutting it to 500. It's about 540, maybe 520 at the moment. So I'll probably just cut that, square that off to 500, because a lot of this is going to rot off anyway. So let's get going on the first board. So they're all pretty flat enough to plane as a whole, but this particular one really comes up at the end. So to save on waste, I'm just going to cut this off. This will be some sort of small table. So this will be a smaller plank. It's still 160, so it's still going to be a sort of 6-seater table almost. But that way I'll get much less waste trying to plane up to here, and you can see how bad that is below plane. So quite interesting to see how good and solid the wood is. Absolutely rock solid in the middle. So look at that cup out, which is quite bad as well, but we'll get it almost flat. We won't go fully flat on this, and then the resin will go in and then I'll plane again. That's kind of the way I like to do it. Sometimes you get the resin just leveling it off when you put it through on the last pass. So this is just to see what we've got. I'll just be taking a couple of mil off front and back. So the next board. Pretty good. Okay, so that took about half an hour from start to finish. You can see a lot of the wood is quite sort of stained, weather stained, but there's loads I can do with different finishes and oils to bring that out. They're now completely flat on both sides. So the object of the exercise here is to find out what hidden beauties I may have and what I can get away with. So you can obviously see something like this one. These two could go together and make quite an interesting table. You imagine that's the edge. Some of them have come up really good. This grain's fantastic. Almost no rot at all or weathering. These are probably going to have to go down a bit more. This is sort of gone a bit soft, but with the resin in there it'll be okay. Same here, it's okay. It's just a bit of a funny colour, a bit stressed out. So it's going to definitely need staining, but I think that will be really good when it's stained and polished. So both sides pretty much done. Loads of places for resin, which will all look good once finished. So that elm came from the same batch as this. This was buried as well. This is pretty epic. It's been in this clamp for quite a while, and it really is straight now. If I undo the clamps, it's not springing back, so it's worked. A little bit of hosing down, a bit of sunlight on it. I'm going to be making, I believe, a metal base for this one. So obviously that will be coming soon. So I hope you found that useful and enjoyed just watching some slabs being done. Thanks so much to all my Patreons. If you guys do want to see a bit more behind the scenes what's going on, I've been working this week on a new oak tree that I've acquired, which is quite interesting. You can see how epic that is. That's now on Patreon as well. So if you want to see a bit more behind the scenes stuff, go there. All the videos eventually come on YouTube once I've finished editing them. And all the content. That tree needs to make its way to the woodyard, eventually be slabbed, and then there'll be a nice video about that as well. So thanks to all my subscribers, 59,000 now, I can't quite believe it. Cheers to all of you, and thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.